Now at this point, some of you might be asking yourselves, okay, I understand if I can control my thoughts, then I can control my emotions, but does that mean I'm just avoiding my problems? No. I want to share with you a real life story of a time somebody used these techniques, one of my students, that they shared with me and they gave me permission to share with you. When I was teaching in the prison, we would do this kind of work all of the time. I'd have the students imagine being somewhere else, or I'd have them imagine doing something they really wanted to do. And they would always come back and say, all right, while I was in your class, I felt better. But then I had to snap back to reality. However, there was one student who came up to me and he told me that this really helped him when he had to go to court. Now, I have to preface this by saying this student hated my class. Every time I would tell him to imagine something or meditate or visualize he was somewhere else, he would never do it. He would roll his eyes and he would go, oh, this is so dumb. This is so ridiculous. Why are you making me do this? However, he had to go to court one day. The court process was grueling. He came up to me after his court date and he said, Mr. D, I had to go to court yesterday, which means they had to wake me up at 3 a.m., put me in handcuffs, chain me to a group of other inmates, and throw me on a bus. And then we got bused to the courthouse. Had to be there at 7 a.m. Everybody's court date was at a different time. He said that his court time wasn't until 1 in the afternoon. So he was just stuck in a hot bus in the heat of California with no air conditioning and a bunch of other sweaty dudes. He said normally he dreaded court days. In fact, he would get so frustrated from having to be stuck there for so long, he'd get out and normally act out. The second they let him out of the cuffs, he'd start fighting other inmates, he'd start fighting guards, he'd end up getting thrown in solitary confinement just because of the frustrating situation they put him in every time he had to go do this. So this time, he gets to the courthouse. It's 7 a.m., he's got hours before he's actually seen. And he said, all right, I'll try this stupid visualization thing. So he said, he started out imagining he was on a beach. He imagined the sun, he imagined the waves, he imagined the sand. But then he said, you know what? I don't want to be on a beach right now. You know where I want to be? I want to be at home with my kids. So he started imagining that he was home. He started imagining that he was playing with his kids. And it started to make him happy. It gave him an escape from where he was in this moment. He said that he imagined teaching one of his daughters how to ride a bike or throwing his toddler son up in the air. He said he imagined his wife cooking a big meal and him dancing with her in the dining room. And he said that he was real happy. But then he said he started to get real sad because he realized that's not where he was right now. And it started making him think, what can I do to be close to my family even though I'm stuck in this position right now? And so he started imagining things that he could do. He started thinking, you know what? I love to draw. I think I'm going to start drawing my daughter pictures every day. Every time I think about her, I'm going to start drawing her pictures and sending them out. And for my son, I'm going to start writing him letters. Even if he can't read them now, one day he'll be able to read them and he'll know that I thought about him every single day he was in there. He started writing his wife love notes and writing down, specific things that he's thinking about or that he misses and all of this stuff. He started making a whole plan of all the things that he could do, and he started to get excited about this. He started to get motivated about this. He could not wait to get out of those handcuffs and back into his cell so he could get to work on this connection. And then he started thinking, what more can I do to get out quicker? So much of my sentence has been extended because of all the fights I get in when I'm so frustrated. What if I start acting better? What if I start doing what I'm told so I can get out of here quicker and see my family sooner? He said that by the time he was bussed back, he was in such a good mood. He was kind to everybody, he was helping everybody out, and he could not wait to get started on this new thing, this new life, this new plan that he was able to create in his mind. There are times we are stuck in situations we don't want to be in. There are times that we feel like we can't get out of where we are. But if we can get a hold of those thoughts, if we can get rid of that worst case scenario, start imagining the best case scenario, we can start imagining a way to make it happen. We can start imagining things to do to make it happen quickly. And then we start to feel other emotions like excitement and motivation and inspiration. I hope you've taken a lot from this first section of class. I hope you understand now how your thoughts dictate your emotions and how your emotions can dictate your actions. And I hope you're able to apply this every single day whenever you start feeling that bubble up. Now it's time to start the second section where we start to make it more personal for you.
That's why you treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win no matter what the outcome.